Meanwhile, we have the United Nations producing reports showing without a doubt that the Israeli government is killing innocent protesters that we recently talked about. We have the UN publicly urging the Israeli government to stop shooting unarmed protesters, which we just talked about. Thank you for the super chat. I love how the UN with proof of crimes, they're just urging, please, Israel, stop committing crimes that we can't hold you accountable for. It's ridiculous. So we have the report showing you over the long period of time all of the people they've killed, them urging them to outright stop killing unarmed protesters. You know, exactly the circumstances they claimed were enough to justify the illegal U.S. actions against, Assad and many others. Tear gas, militarized enforcement, and firing on protesters. Interesting. Even though those were the propagandized Western lies in regard to Assad. But I guess these actions are only regime change worthy when it's a U.S. adversary. Just, again, to always point out the ridiculous hypocrisy in this topic. We're always about U.S. adversaries. But we have Israeli occupation forces arresting Palestinians for Facebook posts. By just May of last year, Israel had arrested more than 500 Palestinians, including women and children, as a result of their social media posts. Funny how we're quickly becoming similar. In December of last year, the Legal Center for Arab Minority Rights in Israel they accused media giants of actually collaborating with Israel authorities to censor user content. Big surprise. It's important to also understand that according to official data, in 2016, the Israeli cyber unit created specifically to monitor Palestinian social media posts, interesting how that works, submitted 2,241 content removal requests, of which 69% were, dutifully removed. In 2017, they submitted a massive number of 12,351 content removal requests, 85% of which were, dutifully removed. Thank you, Facebook, Twitter, and Google for just, bowing down to who's clearly in charge here. We also have Palestinians trying to peacefully protest the killing of 3 other peaceful protesters and, of course, getting shot for it. And not just shot, but tear gas, sound bombs for protesting. It's just ridiculous. And, of course, for those that think all of this is, fake news or propaganda or biased reporting, here is a past video that simply cannot be misunderstood.
כאן 50 חיובים. תראה שהוא יוצא, אתה מוריד לו.
יש לך כדור בקנה?
תראה צורטר. אתה עליו? אתה עליו? עוצר. סע, תן.
רגע, אני לא יכול לראות בגלל הטלטלית. בגלל הטלטלית כפרה.
עוצר שם.
מימוני, בוא לפה, בוא לפה, בוא לפה, בוא לפה.
יש שם ילד קטן.
לתת?
לא.
איך הוא מתכופף תמיד בדיוק שנוקף?
לוקח לך את הוורוד.
לא ורוד, אני על הכחול אני.
וואי, זה סרטון! יש! בן של זונה. איזה סרטון, הנה, תרוצו לפנות אותו. בטח שצילמתי את זה.
וואו, פגעו לי מישהו בראש. מה זה?
איזה סרטון אגדה.
איזה סרטון, מה לא ראיתי את זה אחי?
אף באוויר עם הרגל כזה.
הוא גירד את הרגל, הוא הרים את הרגל, הוא פגע לו ברגל השנייה.
קחו יא בני זונות.
Yes, what a fabulous video. This is IDF soldiers cheering about shooting an unarmed child standing in the middle of a field. There's really no way to misunderstand this. I mean, it's really hard to misunderstand what that video shows. The subtitles are correct, but even without them, as somebody may argue that they're misinterpreting them, we see a boy standing still, being targeted, shot, and then his death cheered. I mean, really, the saddest part is that this is nothing new. This is a daily occurrence for those living in apartheid-occupied Palestine. You have to really try hard to ignore what's happening. You have to really put in some effort to not see the reality of the situation.